we're starting a little bit of a road trip. Mk1 Cortina Estate. And it's got an interesting history.
Sorry, statement, I did get it. I've saved it.
Morris, Oxford.
This is where he used to race.
Loving the patriotic bits on the parcel shelf. Car show. Hello and welcome to this video. I'm Marcus Hayes, this is my beautiful girlfriend Kat, and today we're starting a little bit of a road trip in Roger Kat's plastic Ford Fiesta. We're going to be making a few stops over the next couple of days where we're going to be meeting up with some subscribers to the channel and checking out their classic Fords. It seems like ages ago now where I first mentioned that I'd be interested in getting out there and meeting some of you guys and checking out your cars, and to be honest, I only expected a handful of people to actually be interested in me coming down. But now I actually have a massive list of people who have invited me down, and I'm always super busy, so I've only actually managed to get out and meet a few of you so far. Now, it's going to be quite a busy time for me and Kat over the next week or so. Once we finish this little road trip, I've then got a day to get moored ready for our trip to Northern Ireland. So yeah, plenty of content coming up on the channel over the next couple of weeks. Our first stop today is going to be to meet up with a guy called Chris Nash, who owns a super cool Mk1 Cortina Estate. All right, so we've made it to our destination, a secret place somewhere in England where we join Chris. How you doing, mate? Thanks for inviting us down. Welcome to the channel. Chris is here with his Mrs. Michelle and the rest of the family over there. And as I mentioned on the way down, Chris has invited us down to have a look at his super cool Mk1 Cortina Estate. All right, so here it is, Chris's 1200 Deluxe Mk1 Cortina Estate. Do love the design of a Mk1 Cortina with the round headlights and the large grille on the front. This one's got the wing mirrors actually on the wings, which is really cool. Got all the chrome down the side and the chrome handles and stuff. Proper old school. Check out the red vinyl interior. Love it. Really thin rimmed steering wheel. The Cortina badge on it. Look at them cool clocks. One thing I think is really cool is the old school heater controls down there. That's pucker. Obviously a 4-speed manual. Into the back you can see it's got seat belts in the back and stuff so that Chris can take his kids out in it. The car's actually fitted with these banded steel wheels with the chrome hubcaps in the middle. They look pucker. And even though the car isn't lowered, it actually looks like it's riding at a nice height. These rear lights are unique to the estates. Check the chrome bumper on the back. In the back, Chris likes to carry some tools in that really cool Ford badge toolbox, and he said he's got some spare parts in there. Got to carry spares when you're driving a classic Ford. As I mentioned, this is a deluxe model. Cool vents on the rear pillars. But yeah, so cool to see a long roof Cortina out and about being used. Check the period sort of replica tax disc. This is actually a 67.
He even put the Kent stamp on it because it's a Kent registration.
Just get Chris to open the bonnet so we can have a look at the 1200 pre-crossflow. Like a crossflow, but the inlet and exhaust are on one side. So yeah, it's like a really early version of a crossflow. So yeah, engine's purring away. So you did say you've got another one to go in it.
Yeah, it's another 1200. Just this one's getting a bit old now, getting a bit tired, smoking quite heavily, bit oily, but which I'll forward out.
Yeah, that's it. All right, Chris has very kindly offered to take us for a quick spin in the Cortina, so I'll see you in the car. Yeah, sweet. Thanks for taking us for a spin, man. I've never actually been for a spin in the Cortina. So yeah, you may remember that I actually shared this car on my social media quite a while ago now, and it's got a bit of an interesting history.
Yeah, it was sat on top of a Thames Trader for maybe 4 to 5 years.
Yeah.
It was the very first car on right at the top, right at the front, and it never was unloaded. So this got hit with the weather, whatever the weather. That truck was out with these cars at every show. So
Yeah.
it was in a sorry state when I did get it. I tried to get it as much usable as I can at the moment. There's still quite a lot that needs doing to it. Bodywork, we've got some bubbling and but I've saved it. There's not many of these around now, so I did look at an Anglia Estate that was also on the Thames Trader, and that was just too far gone as well. So this was the better option.
Yeah, so it went from basically being an ornament sitting on top of a classic truck,
pretty much,
to now being a car that you can enjoy. Like you said, you take your kids out in it and stuff.
Yeah, the kids come to most of the shows with me in it now.
Yeah.
My wife comes along when she's not working.
Yeah.
Just take it for a poodle, even if it's just on a Sunday afternoon, and we just pop her around for a little while. Yeah, we just get as much use out of it as we can.
So you said you put the banded steels on it. You also put the quarter bumpers on it.
Yeah, the quarter bumpers are the rears from an Anglia van.
I think both the wheels and those bumpers do make a big difference to the looks.
Yeah, and then I obviously painted the front grille black as well.
Okay, yeah. And you said you've done some bits in the interior?
Yeah, I've had the rear seat reupholstered because that was really bad, torn, sun faded, so I had just the backrest done.
Yeah.
And I also had Chris Nash of CT Fabrications in Lancing. He made me a fuel tank, because the one on this had a giant hole in it.
Yeah.
And it leaked all over the forecourt of the petrol station. The fire brigade had to come out. So I had a whole new aluminium tank made for it, using the old one as a template, and Chris had it about 3 weeks, I think. And yeah, he made me a full tank, and which is obviously now up underneath. That's probably going to live longer than the car. First got it, had electronic ignition on it, and it caused no end of problems. It had an AccuSpark set up on it, and this engine it wouldn't work, just couldn't get it to work properly. So I pulled it all out, back on points and condenser, and yeah, and after that it was fine. It's all in the boot as well as spare ones now, so if anything does happen, it's there. Whereas the
replace them
ones,
in like what, 5 minutes or something?
Yeah. Yep. The exhaust as well, I had to take it up to a local exhaust centre because I can't actually get an exhaust for it. Right. Because it's the front end's the same as a normal Mark 1. Yeah. But obviously from sort of about where we're sitting now backwards,
where it goes around the tank and that,
it's all purely estate. And I did order one, and it was on back order, and then it all went sour. The company went under, and I had to take it up to a local place, and they literally just sort of patchwork quilt on what was already sort of they could use. Yeah.
Well, as it happens, Chris's dad's just rolled into the car park in his Morris Oxford. Yeah, check this thing out. I'm sure some of you guys will know more about these than I do. Check out all the chrome on the front. This car's running Ross styles. This one's also got the replica tax discs.
Yeah, we do that with all of them.
That's cool.
Period thing we do.
Check out this interior. Bench seat in the front, although it does have a pull down armrest. How cool is that? Look at that pattern thing on the dash, that's really cool as well.
Originally the radio speaker would be behind that.
Oh right, okay, yeah.
This is where he used to race.
All right, cool.
His name is in that book from when he banger raced back in the 70s.
Oh, cool. Having the patriotic bits on the parcel shelf. There you go, Morris Oxford. All right, Chris and family, thanks again for having us down. Really good having a look around the Cortina and the Morris. And yeah, I'm sure I'll see you at some car shows or something in the future.
Yeah, hopefully.
And keep us posted on any more progress on the Cortina.
Will do, yes.
Yeah,
no worries,
cool, man. Well, that was awesome meeting up with Chris and his family and checking out his Mk1 Cortina and checking out his dad's Morris as a little bit of a bonus. I think it's pucker the way that Chris saved the Cortina. It was literally just an ornament sitting on a classic car transporter, and he's turned it from a non-running ornament into a usable classic car that him and his family can enjoy. Now, we was actually due to meet Chris at a car show today, but because of the bad weather yesterday, the field that the show has been held on is potentially a bit waterlogged, and Chris didn't want to put his Cortina on a wet field, but he did very kindly just give us 2 wristbands to that show, so we thought we might as well pass through and check it out. So we'll catch up with you when we get there. All right, so we've made it to the car show, which is on the grounds of this cool old church. Looks like the heavens are going to open up. Hopefully it won't rain too much, but yeah, I'm going to cue the music and see what cars there are on display. If I have to film one non-Ford at this show, it has to be this. Check this Beetle out. How aggressive does that look with the large wheels? Got a really cool front splitter down there. Looks like the bumpers are carbon. Loving the yellow headlights. Plenty more carbon elsewhere. Even more carbon on the interior with the dash. Full roll cage. Nice bucket seats. Check out the shifter. Really smart engine bay. Is obviously running a Porsche engine of some sort. Check out the floor mounted pedal box. Proper one to upset the anoraks, which I can definitely appreciate. Loving all the carbon on it as well. And yeah, running about 400 brake, the geezer reckons, and only about 800 kilos. So back in Roger the Plastic Fiesta to continue our road trip. It was actually a really cool little show. We definitely came at the wrong time. I think most people had already gone because of the weather. But yeah, it was really cool to see so many classic Fords, including a couple of old school Escorts. But I have to say that Beetle was really special. Now, we do have another stop to make on today's journey, but you'll be able to see that in the next video. So if you thought this video was any good, please do give it a thumbs up and a share. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Click subscribe to keep up to date with all my future uploads, and check the links in the description to my social media and my website. I'll also leave my email address down there for anyone who wants to contact me. Massive thanks to Chris for inviting us down to have a look at his Cortina today. But other than that, until next time, from me and my beautiful girlfriend Kat, thanks for watching.